Hi guys, welcome to Hope with Jonathan podcast. And on this podcast, we will share the patient's personal story with battling kidney disease, dialysis, transplant, and more. Guys, we'll also share stories of hope and encouragement for those that are in need of a living kidney donor. We will also advocate for them, a living donor, to step forward to give them the miracle gift of life of transplant. Guys, based upon my personal near-death experience with kidney disease, I started this streaming show called Hope with Jonathan, and also this podcast, Hope with Jonathan Podcast. Guys, if you want to hear more stories like this, please stay tuned.
Shannon MacDonald is a mother of two beautiful children who is currently fighting polycystic kidney disease. Shannon lives in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and is looking for a living kidney donor. If you are interested in learning about or being a donor for Shannon, you can call or email St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto. Phone number is 416-867-3676. Or you can email livedonorteam@smh.ca. Shannon also has a Facebook page, Shannon MacDonald Needs a Kidney. Please like and follow and support her Facebook page. Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast with Jonathan. This is Hope with Jonathan podcast. Again, I definitely would like to send a shout out to Shannon MacDonald for her willingness to come on and do another interview with Hope with Jonathan. Guys, Shannon MacDonald is in dire need of a living kidney donor. She's a mother of two who is fighting polycystic kidney disease. And if you don't know anything about polycystic kidney disease, polycystic kidney disease is usually passed down from generation to generation. A large percentage of polycystic kidney disease patients have other family members that had it, such as grandparents, parents, and even spreads on beyond to brothers and sisters, things of that nature. You usually see a pattern with polycystic kidney disease through DNA. Shannon MacDonald is currently on hemodialysis, and she is also a mother that is definitely in need of a living kidney donor. Anyone that's ever lived on dialysis knows how rough it could be. Anyone that's ever experienced dialysis knows how tough it can be. It's definitely not a life for the faint of heart. You have to be very strong and have a great support team, which Shannon does. She has a a very loving husband in Kyle, and a very supportive staff of her children, and her other family members as well, her parents. Guys, I would definitely like for you guys to listen to her story on Hope with Jonathan podcast. I'd like for you guys to take the time to really listen to what Shannon experiences. And she will definitely share an in-depth, uh, real story of what she faces while she's going through polycystic kidney disease. In her current battle with kidney disease, she's also in need of a living kidney donor to step forward for her. Guys, if you're interested again in any information at all, you can find information at Shannon MacDonald Needs a Kidney on Facebook. And also, her transplant information is St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And the phone number again, guys, is 416 867 3676. Or you can email livedonorteam@smh.ca. Again, guys, I really appreciate Shannon coming on. I want you guys to really take a hard listen to her story, and keep in mind that she's a mother of two who definitely want her to be around. Her husband as well, Kyle, definitely wants Shannon to be around for a long time to come. Again, guys, if you're interested at all in becoming her donor, you can find out information at Shannon MacDonald Needs a Kidney on Facebook.
Hello, Shannon.
Hello. Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for doing the episode with Hope with Jonathan podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. How are you doing today?
Today, I'm feeling okay. I had a little not feeling so well today, but getting a little better now.
Yeah.
Little things, just going grocery shopping knocks you out and you just want to sleep for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah, it's hard.
So, Shannon, why don't you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Well, I'm 43 years old. I live in Toronto, Ontario, with my 2 kids and my wickedly awesome husband.
Your awesome husband, Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle, that's right. Yeah, he is
Yeah.
awesome. He's a great supporter. Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know, Shannon is married to Kyle Hawkridge, and Kyle has the Kidney Warrior merch,
Mm-hmm.
and you can find that on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I believe you guys are also on TikTok.
TikTok, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
All of it. Everyone.
And you guys reside in Toronto, Canada.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Lived here all my life.
Oh, okay. So you've lived there all of your life.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So the reason why I wanted to bring you on, Shannon, was as a kidney warrior myself. I've had you on, of course, with Hope with Jonathan before, and we've done an interview. But I wanted to bring you back on and do a story, let you kind of share more on your story, and kind of recap about where you're at. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your personal battle with kidney disease?
Well, around 12 or 13, I remember not feeling so well, having some kind of little bit of back problems. My mom said, okay, you know what, we should go to the doctors and get this checked out. Did some blood work, some ultrasounds and stuff like that. And they said that I had polycystic kidney disease. At that time, my grandmother was on dialysis for the same thing. My mom also had it, but hadn't been monitored too much. Then maybe in my 40s, I suffered a stroke. And after that, my kidney development just went downhill from then. And then after that, went to the nephrologist, and she said, we'll monitor you for a bit, see how it's going. My kidneys just kept saying, nope. My creatinine level just kept going up and up and up, and my function just kept going down. So they said, you know what, we're going to have to put you in for dialysis. And I went in maybe a week later and got the chest port put in and started dialysis, I think, a week later.
Yeah, the permacath.
Yeah, it's been about a little over a year. A year in past September.
Yeah. And you had a stroke?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old were you when you had your stroke?
39.
39.
Yeah. Walking my daughter to school, felt fine, and all of a sudden felt kind of weird. Felt tingling in my arms, felt my face kind of frozen. And I thought, okay, it's nothing. I kept walking, and then I felt it again. And instead of calling like an ambulance, I called my husband, who was at work, who can't help me, but he's my go-to. I called one. I'm like, I don't feel good. I think something's wrong. And he's like, you go back. Like I walked out of work, went out to the parking lot. And he's like, go back inside and tell them how you're feeling. And I told my supervisor, and she's like, I think you're having a stroke. And I'm like, no, I'm not. They called the ambulance, brought me into the hospital, did some tests on me, and said, yeah, you had a stroke. I'm like, what? I had two, one at work and one while I was taking my daughter to school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't imagine having a stroke at your age. You know, I mean, it's kind of uncommon to hear, you know, someone so young having a stroke, but did they say it was contributed to the kidney disease?
No, I think it had to do with blood pressure. But I have no what's the word? Side effects from it. Maybe like a small little droop in my face, but I didn't lose anything else. Like I could still walk, talk, no problems or anything. They said I was lucky.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're very blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably what happened, though. It probably was kind of associated with the kidney disease because the blood pressure. So when you lose your kidneys start declining, your blood pressure gets out of control because your kidneys help, you know, control your blood pressure and filter your blood and get rid of waste and toxins and things like that. So that causes your blood pressure to go up once the kidneys start declining.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, wow. So you've been through a lot with kidney disease already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't been fun.
And so you're currently doing hemodialysis. Are you doing that in center or at home?
I'm doing it in center 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Only 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Saturdays. And are they 4-hour treatments, 5-hour treatments?
4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
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 Why don't you tell people what it's like to go in center for those of you know that are listening and don't live in Canada? I'll be interested to find out what kind of processes that you guys do once you reach the center.
It's pretty boring when you you sit there for 4 hours, maybe sometimes 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
They hook you up. They set you up on a blood pressure machine. So that goes off. For me, it goes off every 15 minutes because my blood pressure tends to drop dramatically when I'm there. When I first go in, it's probably about 145 or so.
Yeah.
And then usually within a half an hour, I'm down to like 100, maybe 99, 98. That's when I start feeling awful and they have to sometimes take me off for a little bit just to give me a break.
Yep.
Because my blood pressure just drops and I just feel like I'm going to faint, even though I'm laying down or sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not comfortable.
when you initially come in, do they put you on the scale and weigh you and all that?
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
first thing you do. Take off your coat, take off your shoes, take off everything.
Yeah.
If you could weigh yourself, they check your temperature. You sit down in your chair and then they set you all up.
Yeah.
Hook you up to the machine and blood pressure cuff and get you all comfortable and a nice blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull out your phone or whatever and you're there for your time.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle was telling me that you guys don't have the TVs in your center.
No. And so it's pretty much either you talk to yourself or you play on your phone. Yeah. Or you sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many nurses do they have per patient? Like, do they have like, because I know here they had one technician per, like, I think it was like 3 or 4 patients.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering how it was over there.
We have like 2 separate rooms, and there's about, I'm trying to think now, about 7 people to each room, and each room has 2 nurses.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And so they're constantly keeping a watch on you, like your blood pressure and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. And the alarms will go off on the machines if it goes below a certain amount. They have it set up for me. If it goes below 100, the machines and whistles will go off so they know it's gone too low. They either give me some saline or they just say, do you want saline or do you want to just go off? And I usually say, let me go off for a couple minutes and then I'll go back on in a few minutes after.
Yeah. Yeah, those beeps and whistles that you're talking about, the alarms. I remember being at a gas station when I first got on dialysis, and I had to get used to the beeps. And I would I was starting to hear these beeps everywhere, and I heard a beep or something at a gas station, and I thought I was back on dialysis.
It's frightening. Yeah.
I was hearing that in my sleep.
Yeah, it's hard to sleep there. They say, oh, just relax, go to sleep. But then it's not just your machine you're hearing, it's everyone around you.
Yeah.
So you get nervous. And I will relax for a bit, and the machine will go off, and then I'll jump, and then I'll be like, no, forget it. I'm just going to stay awake.
No, I never slept. I never slept in my treatments because of that reason, because of my blood pressure.
Yeah.
I was afraid it would drop in my sleep.
Me too, yep.
Yeah.
And then not wake up. Yeah, forget it.
And I had a lady next to me that crashed with her blood pressure and I looked over to her and there was something just not right. She was looking right at me, but the lights were on, but no one was home. And
yes, that's frightening.
I had to wave down a technician and tell him, say, hey, there's something wrong with her, and they came running and had to really work with her to get her to, come back. And, that frightened me. So from then on, I said, no, I will never sleep while I'm on the machine. No. There's no way.
Me either.
Yeah.
I want to be alert and know what's going on with me while I'm there.
Yeah. So let's talk about your family. Let's talk about how long have you been married to Kyle?
We've been together for about 17 years now.
Oh, 17 years, huh?
No, I'd say 17, yeah.
Or 17A?
Yeah, I know, Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other. We were friends in high school.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's awesome.
He gets along with my parents very well.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, in-laws can be fun sometimes, but if you have a good relationship with them, it always works a lot better than fighting and arguing with them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, him and my dad talk a lot. Yeah. Sports and whatever. Yeah, they get along very well.
Okay, well that's great. That sounds awesome. How about your children?
I have a 15-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're currently of course they do. So I have a 18-year-old and a 16-year-old, and they still fight as if they were 5 and 7 or whatever.
Forever.
Yeah.
I still fight with my brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It never does.
No. But so it sounds like you have a really nice family, and you guys are really close, and so it's always good to have that, because, when you're battling kidney disease, you need a strong, support system, and you need some loving people that will help you and talk with you about, what you're going through. And, it's always nice to have that really strong support.
Yeah.
And so,
Even found friends. Sorry, I even found some friends at dialysis too that are good supports to me as well.
Yeah. And you recently started a Facebook page. Why don't you tell everybody about your Facebook page?
Yeah. Kyle decided, you know what? The best way to get the word out there is to do social media. So he asked me, he's like, you want to do a Facebook page? I was like, no, I don't want to. But I thought, how are people going to know that I'm looking for a kidney if I don't spread the word? So he decided we're going to make a Facebook page and invited all my friends, and it's getting good. Like, a lot of people are liking the page. They're sharing my links, and I had one person reach out and say that they were interested, and I forward them for the information. So they're going to speak to their doctor, and we'll take it from there.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. That's definitely a positive.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, one thing I will say is it's always good to have as many as possible to come forward and test for you, because you never know. I had one girl reach out to me right away, and I never heard from her again after like a couple of weeks. And then I had one step forward, and she actually went and got checked out, and they actually found out that she had something wrong with her heart.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and that actually saved her. She ended up having a pacemaker put in.
Wow.
So her heart was beating at like, 200 beats per minute or something. Yeah. And so she actually thanked me, though, because she was like, hey, if it wouldn't have been for me wanting to come forward for you, I wouldn't have probably found out exactly what was wrong with me, or I possibly would have been in an emergency situation myself. So
that's scary.
Yeah. So a lot of times people get canceled out because they end up finding out that they're having health issues as well,
That's why my dad tried, and so did Kyle, but both found out they had some medical issues themselves that they couldn't donate to me.
Yeah. Yeah. My children actually, my son, he was 17 at the time when I went into kidney failure. He wanted to donate a kidney to me. And I told him, I said, no, son, there's no way, which of course they wouldn't have done it anyway because he was too young. But even at 18, the legal age out here, I believe, is 18. But but even at 18, I don't think it's a wise decision for a parent. Yeah, it's too young.
I like them to be at least in their 30s or something like that. Not a teenager. They're still growing. No, that's too young for me.
Yeah. I told him, I said, well, here's the thing. You haven't even experienced life yet. And you need the chance to experience your own life. And if there may come a time that, I'm not saying might be hereditary, but, kidney disease might affect you too. There's that chance. And you may need your kidney. So I don't want to do that.
With polycystic kidney disease, it is hereditary. So one of my kids or both of my kids could suffer from it. So I wouldn't want them to give theirs to me to find out that they're in trouble and worse for them.
Yeah. I know of other patients that are PKD patients, polycystic kidney disease patients, and it seems like it is, genetic and family. Families, you hear of like 3 and 4 generations having.
My mother had it. My aunt, uncle, cousins. Yeah, it goes fairly deep on my mother's side. Yeah.
And these are like they're not tumors, but they're like knots or something.
Cysts, like fluid-filled cysts. Yeah, because I had an episode at dialysis where all of a sudden I got this killer cramp in my stomach that just wouldn't go away, and to the point that they're like, you can't continue on with dialysis. You're going to have to go to emergency. And I was like, no, it will go away. But it just kept coming and coming, and then they found out that one of my cysts had burst. And that's what caused.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was out of nowhere. I wasn't doing anything. I was just doing my lay down, do dialysis treatment, but something happened and one of them popped and pain.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I've actually Google searched some, literature and different
write-ups on polycystic kidney disease, and of course, when you Google search it, there's
Yeah,
pictures
they're
that show up
awful.
with images.
Pictures are gross. I don't
Yeah,
even want to think that's inside me. Yeah, they can get really big.
yeah,
Like I think
it's
10
amazing.
times or 2 times bigger than an average kidney. Like with the cysts on them, they get really heavy and really big. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone was saying the size of a
Yeah.
football sometimes.
Yeah, and you have 2 of them, so that's My
Yeah.
doctor said if I ever got a transplant, they may have to remove one of my kidneys for the new one to fit, because that's how big it was getting.
Yeah. Well, I had a transplant in August, and they put mine in my abdomen, which is in the front. And a lot of people are shocked at that. Like when I tell them
Me
where
too.
the new kidney is. They left my 2 kidneys in. They don't tamper with the old kidneys unless they're like cancerous or something like that. They'll take them out then. But they leave your old kidneys in, and they put the new kidney in and attach it right to the bladder, right, and place it right here in the abdomen.
I always thought they would remove it. When I heard that, I'm like, I would have 3 kidneys, and they're like, yeah. I always thought they would take one out that was the worst and put the new one in, but like, no, it stays in there. Like you said, unless there's a reason to remove it. I was shocked.
Yeah, I was too. And the look on people's face when I tell them I have a kidney right here, and I usually tap my, stomach area, they kind of look at you kind of strange, like,
what's it doing there?
Yeah. But, of course, the life of a transplant patient. So you have to explain a lot, especially when you're talking to people also about kidney disease and kidney dialysis. It always brings up subjects that people don't have much education or knowledge of.
True.
So it's always best to be as knowledgeable as possible. That way, if people ask questions, you can answer them and tell them, what's going on with you.
Yeah.
So why don't you describe a little bit about the transplant process in Canada? As far as like when you get diagnosed, you guys sign up right away, right?
My doctor was hoping that I would have had a transplant before I started dialysis. We didn't know that my dad would have medical issues that would deny him from helping me, but they start it right away. Right away, she's like, here's the information, go get some blood work done, go get all these tests done. And I did a lot of ultrasounds and stress tests and stuff on my heart, stuff on like every part of your body pretty much. And then she said, you know what, your transplant is not going to happen. Let's just start with dialysis now. But even now, I'm still working on some stuff because with COVID, things have been put on, like a lot of things have been delayed.
Yeah, so the same for me. Like, so when I got my first evaluation for transplant, I had to stay like all day at the hospital, and I seen all types of doctors. I met all types of people, different divisions. One for the cardiologist and just all type of different. I met the surgeon that would do the surgery. I met everybody, and I was there most of the day. And so, it was quite a lengthy process. But I remember it. But I'm glad you brought up COVID because, like, right now, with COVID, it's really crazy. You got to be really careful about what's going on. So, what kind of processes do you have to do to protect yourself there for COVID? Is it the same as over
pretty
here?
much. I don't go anywhere unless I'm going to dialysis. I wear my mask everywhere I go. Have hand sanitizer. Use that all the time. No one really don't go out anywhere. Need to.
Because you guys are on lockdown.
Yeah, now we are. Yeah, our numbers are just going up too high every day.
Yeah. So not only are you battling, kidney disease and imbalance and going to dialysis and battling COVID, but you're also on lockdown as well because of the COVID. So that's really got to be tough. I'm glad that you have Kyle there and your family to,
keep
at
me
least
busy, help me going crazy. With the kids being home, it's nice having them here, so I'm not by myself all day. But they do drive me crazy a bit.
Sure. Yeah, as expected.
Yeah.
So where are you currently standing with the COVID vaccine? Are they
Yeah,
offering you
they
guys the
actually gave us some
vaccine?
papers to fill out last week, and I filled it out to say that I was going to take it. So I think within the next couple of weeks or so, we should be getting it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know which one that you guys are
We're
supporting up
doing the
there?
Moderna.
Okay, the Moderna. All right. You know what? I just got my vaccine actually yesterday, and I got the Moderna as well. So just to let everybody know out there, I'm about 24 hours post vaccinated, and I
Good.
feel fine. I haven't experienced any side effects as of yet. So
Yeah,
we'll
because
see what
I was
happens.
a bit nervous. I was like, I don't know, there's no tests on anybody that has kidney disease.
Yeah,
So I was kind of like, should I do it? But then if I don't do it, what if I get
yeah,
COVID? That's even worse.
yeah. I received a text last Saturday, and then it basically was an automated text and asked me if I wanted it, and of course I replied yes to it. And then they actually called me on Monday to schedule me, and so I was really shocked too, because I wasn't expecting that we was going to get it until probably
Oh,
like
wow.
March or so. But yeah, but they called me and set it up, and I made it for the weekend, and I was able to go up San Antonio, which is about an hour from me, and go get it at my clinic that I had my transplant
Excellent.
at. And it was a really quick
Did it hurt?
process. So no, the shot itself didn't. It was much like taking a
Yeah.
flu vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shot. It's not much difference between doing a
Yeah.
shot like that or a Hep
Yeah.
A vaccination or any of those type of things. But this, I will tell you this: at the shot site where the actual needle went in, there is a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
soreness and tenderness.
Yeah, that's,
Uh, but other than that,
yeah.
no, it didn't
I
really
usually get
hurt
that
too
when they
bad.
give us the other needle. So yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yep. So Shannon, where are you currently listed at for the
I'm listed
transplant?
at St. Mike's Hospital. I can give you their phone number. It's 416 867 3676. And they also have an email, a live donor team at smh.ca.
Okay. And that's
Toronto,
located
yep,
in
downtown
Toronto?
Toronto. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing that information with us. And guys, also, if you're listening to this podcast, Shannon has a
Mm-hmm.
page on Facebook. Shannon MacDonald
Thank you.
needs a kidney, and you can find it. And she'd really appreciate your support. And guys, I really appreciate
Thank
you
you for
coming on,
having me.
Shannon, and
Thank
expressing
you.
your story. Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I appreciate you guys' friendship and Kyle reaching out to me, and we've been pretty good buddies so
Yep.
far. We pretty
Yeah.
quickly, and Kyle's a good guy. He started Kidney
Mm-hmm.
Warrior merch, and he's got a Warriors wall on
Yeah.
that website as well at
I think my
kidneywarriormerch.com.
story's there. Yeah, my
And
story's
if you
on there, and a lot of other people's are too. Yeah, I think yours is too.
right,
Yeah. We
yeah, that's
represent
right. That
everybody.
sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I'll let you guys know on this podcast as well that if you share your story on Kidney Warrior merch, you get an opportunity to be the Warrior of the Month, and uh, Kyle will select someone, and you'll get some sort of gift from him, or you'll be able to select a gift, and also get a chance to get an interview with Hope with
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan. So um, if you guys are listening out there, you can definitely hit Kyle. He's on Facebook at Kidney Warrior merch.
Yep. That's him.
Yep. Well, Shannon, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your story. And we're going to continue to
Thank you.
share for you and pray for you, and believe that someone will possibly come forth and want to be
Thank you
your
very
donor.
much.
And oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
You
All right.
too.
Well, you take care, and this will conclude our
Thank you very
interview. I
much.
appreciate it.
Yeah. You too.
All right. Have a good
You
one.
too.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning in to the Hope with Jonathan podcast. Really appreciate all the support. Thank you very much. And again, guys, if you guys are interested at all in any information on Shannon MacDonald, you can find out information on Facebook at Shannon MacDonald Needs a Kidney. Again, guys, really appreciate your support. Thank you for listening. And be looking out for more episodes of Hope with Jonathan podcast. And again, guys, be on the lookout also for Hope with Jonathan interviews on YouTube and Facebook. And you can find us on our social media at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we're also on TikTok as well. I definitely appreciate Shannon coming on again and doing this interview with me. I hope you guys found that her interview was inspiring and informative. Hope you guys totally understood, exactly what she was trying to describe to you in her personal journey with battling polycystic kidney disease. Again, guys, I appreciate you tuning in to Hope with Jonathan podcast. Be looking out for more interviews coming soon, and definitely looking to do more of these type of interviews at Hope with Jonathan podcast. Guys, you can find out more information at Shannon MacDonald Needs a Kidney on Facebook.